Good morning and welcome to Hikkaduwa train station. So as you can tell, we have made it to the south of Sri Lanka, and today we're doing a little day trip to Galle. It's supposed to be a very beautiful coastal town with a big fort you can visit, so that's what we're gonna do. That means we're officially in Galle Old Town, which is completely surrounded by these fort walls, basically. The first thing we're gonna do is actually find something to eat. What we have noticed is that a lot of very good restaurants that we found on Google Maps are actually marked as temporarily closed, and we don't know if half of the restaurants in Old Town have closed, which would be quite sad, or whether that's just displayed wrongly on Google Maps. We will find out.
So I think we can immediately see that this is a very cute place with nice buildings everywhere.
And nice cafes.
Nice cafes. And also, we hope, nice restaurants.
We found this cute little Sri Lankan restaurant, and they have a buffet with different kinds of curries, and it's an all-you-can-eat kind of thing, so you just serve yourself. It's 1,290 rupee. Yeah, so price is not super low, but we're quite hungry, so I think the whole concept suits us well.
This is a cute and very small place, and on the sign outside it says that they also have their own homemade ginger beer. I hope they have that, because I'm really excited to try that out. And now I can also introduce you to the plaster on my head. Last week we went surfing, or we actually attempted to learn to surf more or less successfully, and this is the end result of that. We had a really good time. If you want to see the full story, you can head over to our Instagram account to check out some stories. Basically, I had to get some stitches, and that was the end of surfing for me for the time being. That was a really good lunch spot. I think we can really recommend it. The place is called Coconut Sambol, and the curries were all really flavorful. The ginger beer was super fresh, and yeah, I think it was just a good place to relax and collect our energy, because now we're gonna walk around and explore the fort. So Galle Fort is basically this kind of peninsula that is surrounded by the sea. So if you just continue walking through the fort, you'll eventually end up at the sea, or in the sea if you don't stop walking. It is really cool to just walk around here and look at all the Dutch buildings, and it also doesn't really feel like you're in a city in Sri Lanka. It feels like some other place, but then also you've got the palm trees which remind you that you are in Sri Lanka. So I don't know, I think it's kind of cute.
What is super interesting about this place is that it was actually in Portuguese hands in the 16th century, so they also started to build the fort, and then in the 17th century it was in Dutch hands, and in the 18th century it was in British hands. So they all played their role in building this fort and constructing more gates and bastions, and it's all a mix of influences, so yeah, it's super interesting to see. And also a lot of the structures and the buildings are still used for some government purposes, like the court is still here, and also like post offices and some other buildings are still used for administration, so that's also pretty cool. I think this ice cream is the most expensive thing in relation to other things that we've bought in Sri Lanka. Let's see if it's worth it. I've got a cheesecake one. I think it's strawberry cheesecake. It's good. It's very milky and creamy.
Don't jump.
It is quite windy.
So now we're just chilling on one of the bastions, and it is pretty windy. It is also cloudy, which is actually quite nice because it is super hot today. This is, I think, a good place to just relax for one day.
Of course, it's also quite touristy, so prices for food and drinks are also quite high, so prepare for that. But apart from that, it's super beautiful, and yeah, you can just wander around, and it's a good mix of learning something about history and also, yeah, just sitting in nice cafes and eating delicious meals. So we have a little look at ammunition bunker number 3.
Okay.
So you have to go down here. So it was built by the British in the late 19th century. Compared to other underground ammunition bunkers built by the British, it is noteworthy that this bunker is not directly associated with a specific bastion. Okay, so normally you would have the ammunition next to the bastion so you could directly shoot it, I guess. And this one was just a general storing bunker.
Okay.
That's
Well,
my interpretation.
It's good. Now we know everything there is to know about ammunition bunker number 3.
It's actually not the next day, it's a few days later, and our time here in Sri Lanka has come to an end.
It's a sad day, but we have to continue to our next country. In these past few weeks we've had some really great experiences, we've tried lots of great food, met a lot of nice people, and we saw quite a bit of this beautiful country. And overall, we just had a really good time.
But now it's time to actually head to the airport, and we'll see you in our next country.
Bye bye!